back to the City Morning Show. The threats to the 2024 elections was on the increase, particularly targeting the General Elections Commissioner (KPU) and the Election Supervisory Agency or Bawaslu, which both heavily rely on technology in the electoral process.
Now, cyber attacks are currently one of the formidable threats to the 2024 elections itself. So various cyber attacks, such as the spread of hoaxes and also attacks on data centers, applications, and also digital system networks of the KPU and also Bawaslu need to be anticipated.
Previous elections in 2019 saw prevalent cyber attacks, including the spread of hoaxes and attacks on data banks, applications, and digital system networks. Quoting Kompas, cyber threats to the KPU and Bawaslu include denial of service attacks, phishing, data leaks, and malware attacks.
With the voter data as the primary target, securing integration and also data management is crucial, especially with the potential access from various locations such as polling stations, government offices, and also remote areas, particularly when they stored in diverse cloud resources.
Now, to know more about cybersecurity in Indonesia, joining us in the studio is Vaksin.com Information Technology Specialist, Alfons Tanujaya. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
First of all, according to the BSSN records, there's been a massive increase in cyber attacks on Indonesia during the election periods, and that was seen in 2019 as well. And cyber attacks have continued to rise over the past 5 years, including what people may worry to be during the recapitulation session. What is your explanation, or what is your insight into this?
It is very logic. The recapitulation, Sirekap will get major attention because before the election, the Sirekap, nobody will access it. But after the election, you can imagine that more than 800,000 TPS will upload data to Sirekap, and each TPS upload 5 documents. It means 800,000 times 5, 4 million documents will be uploaded at the same time to Sirekap system.
Right.
And we can imagine how big it is. And it's only the upload process, but 100 million people will try to access the information from Sirekap. And besides that, there is people trying to bring the system down
Right.
Yeah.
by DDoS.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, because of the system working very well, and they expel the attack, but when you expel the attack, you forward the attack to outside Indonesia, because if you bring it into Indonesia, the traffic will be stuck. So
Right.
we bring it out. So we are using any cache, the system any cache. So you'll see when you try to DDoS the Sirekap, you'll see Singapore IP, China IP, France IP, but it doesn't mean that the server is in Singapore, in China,
Right.
or in other country. It's the system, because if we bring it in, the system will down. So it's funny that some people think that by who is, then they can tell that Sirekap is situated outside Indonesia.
Right. So it's not actually.
It's not.
It's actually, yeah.
Right. So, sir, what are the specific types of cyber attacks that are actually happening right now to have been most prevalent during election periods in Indonesia itself?
There is some interesting fact that previous election, the attack is fake news, but they have lack of technology to support the fake news. Today, we have AI.
Right.
So you got deep fake, and you have AI that can mimic your voice. We only need 30 seconds of your voice, and after that I can type anything, and I can have your voice saying anything I want.
Right.
So we've seen that in action, that one of the election member it's like they were chatting, but there's AI produced.
Right.
But the good news is people already know that there is AI, so they don't easily believe it.
Right. Yeah.
So there is an easy way to detect. You don't need to be an IT expert to know whether this is fake news or not. If you get some news, some content that wow, it is surprising fact,
Right.
but you want to know whether it is AI or not. To be honest, for us to determine one media is AI produced or not is not easy, even
Right.
for us. So what is the easy way to find out? You just go to the mainstream media and look for it.
Right.
If there is no that such content, so it is mostly AI.
Yeah.
And not so it's
mostly,
very easy.
right.
If it's not reported on, it's probably fake, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the human aspect that's being, if you will, manipulated. But let's go back to the computer.
Social engineering.
Exactly, social engineering. But let's go back to the systems, like the software systems themselves, because I read that Sirekap has an accuracy or has a precision of 1%.
They're using
a margin of error, I should say.
They're using OCR.
Exactly.
And logically, OCR is not perfect.
Right.
OCR has error margin around 1%. There's no OCR can give you 100% accuracy.
Of course.
So from if we said that 1% inaccurate. So from 800,000 TPS, so 1% inaccuracy means around 8,000 margin of error.
Right.
So from independent resources that we do crowdsource and look at the error of Sirekap compared to the real C1 and what is the margin. Until today, the error is around 700 something.
Right.
Right. I see.
So it is 10% of the margin error of 8,000. So in our point of view, from margin of error of OCR, it is not bad.
Right.
So actually, you're saying that obviously some people have expressed that Sirekap hasn't actually been that accurate. The margin of error is too big, but you're saying that it shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Yeah, it is between margin error. Actually, it is only 10% of accepted margin error.
Right.
So I think from that point of view, is the Sirekap is performing reasonably good.
So in your point of view, Sirekap is quite okay, and it's the advantages are quite good.
From the margin of error is okay.
Or the margin of
and
error.
Margin of error.
also, if you compare it to the previous version, Situng, the Situng has a middleman. So from TPS, you go to KPU kota or kecamatan, they process it, there is human there,
Right.
and they scan it, they upload it to KPU. From there is people there. But the new system, Sirekap, from TPS, they don't go to kabupaten or kecamatan, they directly upload it to KPU. So it is a better system.
It's a better system.
Indeed.
It's good.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about, we know that there's a cybersecurity score that Indonesia has, doesn't it? What is that score and so far? And what is the biggest potential for cyber threats in Indonesia so far?
According to Surfshark, Indonesia position is 13 from all over the world. So from internet user point of view, Indonesia is number 4. After China, India, United States, then there's Indonesia internet user.
Right.
But our position in cybersecurity is 13. So if we are looking to that, it is not bad. We should be, our cybersecurity score is number 4 worst, but we are number 13. It is considered better. And if we look at the previous year's data, the cybersecurity number is getting better.
Okay. So if we're on the number 13, which some may say it's a lucky number, some may say it's a bad number, do they evaluate, our numbers or our positions every year for the cybersecurity itself?
Yes, they evaluate it quarterly.
Okay, quarterly. Okay, so what are the concrete plans to actually enhance Indonesia's cybersecurity itself? So,
we have to realize that the world is going to digitize. So everything is going digital, whether you like it or not, whether you can adapt or not, you have to go there. And by this new president going to work in this, so we expect that give more opportunity to millennials or younger. Why? Because they are the one who is very common to this digitalization.
Yep.
If baby boomers or like me or older, it is not easy to compete. Honestly, me, if I want to compete with my daughter or my son, they are very fast.
Right.
And I have to learn a lot and take so much time. For them, it's like a fish. Put it into the pond and then
of course,
they swim.
they're
Right,
more
yeah.
fluent to it, right?
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
And they're not the only ones that are fluent because, of course, hacking tools and hacking methods continue to be developed over time as well,
And
don't
it
they?
is supported by AI.
Yeah, indeed, and they are supported by AI as well. So how do the perpetrators of these cyber attacks typically gain access to Indonesian systems? And particularly, we're talking about the electoral system here. How would they be able to gain access to the electoral systems or networks?
Yeah, in electoral system, actually there is some good news that we also encourage that KPU do the election manually,
Right.
not electronically.
Yeah.
If it is in US, you do the vote electronically, and people will doubt it very much. So the voting system actually is manually, and the Sirekap is only just like a quick count of the result.
Right.
The legal result is manual counting. So there is, I don't see a risk of a cyber attack that can change election result.
Okay.
So it's done manually.
It's done manually. Now let's talk more about data leaks, right? So about this data leaks, what is your evaluation of Indonesia's regarding the numerous data leaks that we've heard already?
If we are talking about data leaks, learning from our past experience in 2023, there is a lot of data leaks, including member of
The internal
and
Right.
daftar calon pemilih that has been leaked.
The voters, yes.
Yeah, the voters,
Uh-huh.
and also previously Indonesian identity information has been leaked so much. So some people call us outsourcing country for our data.
Right. So how effective have the Indonesian authorities been in detecting and thwarting these cyber attacks and perhaps leaks as well during the election seasons, from your opinion?
There is still many things to learn. So in data security, it's like if you want to do a diet, you know that you have to eat less, don't
Right.
eat carbohydrate or sugar too much, but to do it is very, very difficult. In security, we all know that in order to be secure, you just follow the guidance. What is the guidance?
Right.
It is ISO 27001.
Can you elaborate on that? ISO 27001.
The detail is very, very thick. It's like a book,
Okay.
and it took time only to read it. But if you want to secure your data, you have to implement all of it.
all right.
Right.
So it is as difficult as doing a diet. You already know what to do. The knowledge is there, but you have to do it very disciplined.
The process.
Yes,
right?
the process.
is a bit hard.
And something funny is, you can buy this ISO.
Right.
You can buy like you can buy your certificate for diploma without going to the diploma, but also you can really go to the diploma.
Right.
So you can buy the ISO, you don't know the process, but you have the certificate. But the right thing is you have to follow the ISO process.
Right.
So that is the difference between why there is some company, they have ISO, but why did their data leak? But this company doesn't get leaked because they really go through the process. This one is only buying the certificate.
Right.
Let's
Right,
go through
yeah.
the process.
Right, of course. Now, sir, talking about the cyber attacks itself, so are there any, patterns that we've already known or showed or trends in the timing of frequency of the cyber attacks itself coinciding with the election periods here in Indonesia?
Yeah, especially when there's election, there is so many party have interest in Indonesia.
Right.
So we have to realize as Indonesian, if our election we fight each other, then there's several party, then they are not happy with election result, but then Indonesia become chaos. So the one who suffer the most is Indonesian,
Of course.
including the party. But the one who gain the most is other countries. So we need to realize that what is the most important, what is the main idea of this election. So it is for Indonesian unity. So we have to know that. So please don't go through your own interest and it sacrifice Indonesian unity. Please consider that a lot.
Right. Now, what I find interesting is that it's not only cyber attacks that might be able to impact public trust and confidence, but also the news of cyber attacks, public trust and confidence. But to what extent do they really impact, as I mentioned, public trust and confidence in the integrity of Indonesia's electoral system, do you think? Not just the cyber attacks, but also news on cyber attacks.
Yeah, from this point of view, I see that KPU already give transparency.
Right.
For example, at Sirekap, people will say that your system is not counting well. There is several fix that we can tell KPU, but the transparency is really appreciated. Why? If you look at Sirekap, they all of the photo from TPS, they upload it and everybody can compare the real document to the tabulation.
Right.
So if there is something wrong with tabulation, this real document is original. And you can also compare it. You don't say that, it is from KPU, but KPU say it is legal for people to take a picture of it and do it at the other side. There is kawalpemilu.org, and also take a picture independently from TPS, petugas TPS, then we can compare it. So it is a sort of transparency. And the other thing is you can compare the result from Sirekap with the result of quick count.
Right.
There are 7 organizations doing quick count, and they have their method, and it is reasonably can be trusted. They have been watched by their body. Then if the result is more or less the same, we don't see there's any problem with that.
Okay. So there's actually, in your point of view, just to make a conclusion, everything is fine.
Yeah,
Everything's safe.
regardless of some errors, some fix needed to be done, like the total ballot of the TPS can be less than ballot of one party.
Right.
There's not logic. So they need to fix that. You give the maximum number less than 300. Then if there is a number more than 300, so it must be wrong, and you have to fix it before you put it into the system.
And upload it, right? Okay. So thank you so very much, Mr. Alfons Tanujaya, for the insights of the Sirekap and also cyber attacks itself. was a pleasure to have you here in the studio. All the best for you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so you might want to keep it here because after the break, we'll still have more interesting things just for you.